friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are starting a new topic about how to build a website using WordPress. And the first, we will be discussing how to choose a domain name. As you know, choosing the right domain name for your Amazon affiliate site is of critical importance. You do not want to choose exact match or partial match domains. For instance, if you are building a site about twin mattress, you do not want to register a domain name like twinmattress.com or twinmattresses.com. That would be an exact match domain, and those are not suitable for affiliate sites. Exact match domains would be good for local SEO. If you are dentist in Dallas, you could have a domain like dallasdentist.com. That would be certainly a good thing to do. Typically, local SEO sites are small, 5 to 10 page sites, and in general, they do not have a lot of links. A domain like that would be good for small local sites, but when you are building a much larger site like a 50 page or a 100 page affiliate site, choosing an EMD would be a very bad thing to do. It would make link building an extremely complicated task, and one misstep could result in a penalty the site might never ever be able to recover from. A lot of links will be naked URL links. Those are generally the safest kind of anchors, but for an EMD, even those might become dangerous. For an exact match domain, even naked URL links can result in an over optimization penalty. It would also make naming your pages a huge challenge. For instance, if you own the site twinmattress.com and you name a page about best twin mattress, the URL of that page will be www.twinmattress.com slash best twin mattress. That again might be asking for an over optimization penalty. You do not want words twin mattress to occur twice in the URL. Likewise, you would not want to choose a partial match domain either. You do not want to name your site bestmattress.com or softmattress.com. You do not want the word mattress in the domain name. A partial match domain might not result in a penalty, but it would make link building a challenge. You would want to choose a domain name that does not have the word mattress in it. Something like sweetdreams.com or happydreams.com would be much better than bestmattress.com or twinmattress.com. You could even choose a domain name like sarastips.com, agns.com or something like that. Something like agns.com would be really good, assuming you can find a domain like that. If you have trouble deciding on a domain name, pick a phrase like a good night's sleep or good night and sweet dreams. Then pick the first letter of each word and you have a good domain name. agns.com or gnast.com or gnst.com. As far as possible, stick with .com and .net domains name extensions. Never ever choose EMDs or PMDs for your Amazon affiliate sites. We will discuss the important things to do before we buy a domain name for our website. So because of that, this is a really important video. You possibly would want to watch this at least twice. You do not want to register a domain just because you like it and it happens to be available. A lot of webmasters buy domains and spam them to death, and these get penalized sooner or later. Once the domain is penalized, these guys do not renew it again. The domain gets deleted and becomes available for registration again. If you register a domain that has been penalized in the past and build your site on it, your site might never ever rank no matter what you do. You might feel it's a new domain, but it's not. It's a penalized domain that got deleted because the previous owner who spammed it did not renew it. It's really critical that you know how to check whether a domain has been registered or not in the past. If a domain had been registered and it got deleted and it's now available for registration, you do not want to register it. It doesn't matter how really cool the domain name sounds, you would not want to register it. Let's now see how to check whether it would be good to register a particular domain or not. To start with, let's list a few domains we think would be good for a site about mattress. Now let's go to Namecheap's bulk domain registration tool and check which of these domains are available. Okay, here are the results. Only these domains are available. These 5 domain names are available, the rest are taken. Now we need to check the history of each of the available domains and check whether any of them had been registered in the past and since then have gotten deleted. Let's check this one first, and as you can see that in front of every domain name there is a date or information written that this domain was registered in which year. And if we want to know whether the domain was registered at any time in the past, if the domain had been registered in the past and then got deleted, you do not want to register it. The best way to know whether a domain was registered in the past or not is to run a check with this tool, whois.domaintools.com. Now this costs $99 a month. You can cancel anytime you want. If you want to check less than 5 domains a day, you can do it for free. But if you want to check more than 5 domains in a single day, you might have to sign up for this. But we only want to check these 5 domains now and register the first one that is safe to register. So we might not have to sign up, not unless all of these happens to have been registered in the past. There is no free alternative to this. A lot of free tools out there claims to have accurate information about whether a domain was registered or not in the past, but the information is not always accurate. You want information that is 100% accurate all the time, and only domain tools has accurate information. So let's start with this one first, sweetdreams.com, and as you can see at the top that sweetdreams.com is available for sale. And if we can see the status of the domain name, here you can see that domain status shows that it has been registered and active website. So there is no really good way to tell whether this domain has been penalized by Google. You do not want to register any domain that was registered in the past, got deleted, and is now available again for registration. Not all deleted domains are penalized or spammed, but you can never be completely certain whether a deleted domain has not been penalized. So, the only safe thing to do is not to choose such domains. So, let's now check another one, and its status shows that it's already registered and have active website. So we will continue to check, and unless we found the domain that never been registered in the past and is perfectly safe to register it. So once we found the safe domain, we will go ahead and register that particular domain. We will be starting our discussion about building the website using WordPress after choosing our domain. So we will discuss first that why should we use the WordPress. WordPress is the most popular content management system now for a variety of reasons. It's easy to make WordPress very SEO friendly. Any website now has to work well on a variety of devices. If it's to rank well in Google, you should be able to comfortably view it on desktop computers, laptops, mobile phones, and tablets. Further, websites now need to be highly interactive. Your readers should be able to engage in discussion about your posts. It's hard to add features like these to standard HTML websites. WordPress makes all of this a breeze. WordPress can be customized with plugins, making it very SEO friendly. And even with all of the features, WordPress can be configured such that it's really fast. Speed matters a lot these days, and WordPress can be really fast when configured the right way. It's open source, which means it's free to install and use. And there is a thriving developer community behind WordPress, which ensures it's constantly updated and bug free. You also get free support from the WordPress community, and these are very active forums where issues are discussed and resolved. There are tons of free themes that can make your website look very good and plugins that add functionality to your website. There is possibly already a plugin for just about any kind of feature you want in your website, and most of these are free to use. WordPress very easy to learn. You can learn the basic features like posting in just a couple of hours. If you want to learn the advanced features, you might be able to do that in maybe a month's time. But most webmasters do not need to learn the advanced features. They can learn what they need to in just a couple of hours. Upgrades for WordPress are free and automatic. You are notified when an upgrade is available to either WordPress or to any of the installed plugins. Click a button and the code is downloaded and installed automatically, and that's all for free. In the next few videos, we will set up the website, install the plugins, and configure them for our easy understanding. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress and today specifically we will be having an overview of the WordPress interface. I have purchased this domain happydreams.info and installed WordPress. Let's now take a look at the WordPress dashboard. This is the WordPress dashboard. The dashboard is divided into three main areas: the menu bar, as you can see, the menu bar at the top here, the navigation bar on the left, and the screen area, which you can see. This button on the top bar takes you to the wordpress.org site and has links to documentation and support forums. The button with the home icon takes you to your website. This Here is your website. The speech bubble lets you know how many comments are waiting for approval. The number next to it indicates the number of comments waiting for approval. This button new lets you add a new post, media, page, or a user. This links on the right links to your user profile. The blank space here is for your gravatar. If you add a gravatar, it will show up here. The help menu is here in case you need help with something. This button here, screen option, toggles another menu. When you click it, the items that appear vary depending on what option you have selected from the navigation bar here. What you see on the screen depends on what items have been selected from the screen options menu. For instance, if you want to remove anything which is showing here, we have removed the welcome screen, and you can see it has disappeared, and when we check this again and it will again show up. If you look Let's now look at the left navigation bar. Whatever option you will uncheck, it will disappear, and once you check, it will come back, appear again. So the first item in the navigation bar is a link to the dashboard. This has a submenu with two options. Home takes you back to the screen you see when you log in. It takes you to this screen, and clicking on updates takes you to the WordPress update screen. If there is anything that needs to be updated in your WordPress installation, you will see a message here. For instance, if your WordPress needs to be updated, you will see a message here and you can update WordPress. If any plugins needs to be updated, or if the theme you are using needs to be updated, you will see a message here. Each of the items on the left navigation bar has a submenu associated with it. These menus pop up when you move the mouse cursor over the menu items on the left bar. This left navigation bar is how you navigate your way around the various features of WordPress. Right now, let's do some cleanup. WordPress creates a sample post, a sample page when it is first installed. You got to delete them before you create any of your own pages. We will not be using any post in this course for reasons we will discuss later, but right now let's delete this hello world post and a page. We will delete this post now. Let's delete the page. We have checked this and move to trash option selected, and we will press apply, and you can see that the post is deleted now. we will repeat the same process with the page as well, and the sample page which is created, we will delete this with the same process, and you can see the page is deleted. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will be discussing WordPress updated services. You want new content to be indexed by search engine as soon as possible. WordPress has a feature called Update Services, and it automatically pings other websites and lets them know you have posted new content. This happens whenever you add new content or modify a post or a page. The websites that WordPress notifies then let the search engine, social networks, and feed aggregators know that you have some new or modified content on your website. The search engines then index your post or page. But the search engines do not depend on these websites alone. They too have a bots that visit your websites on a regular basis looking for new content or updated content. You can specify the list of URLs that WordPress notifies about your new content. Go to setting, writing, and scroll down at the bottom of the page. You see this label, update services. By default, there is just one, rpc.pingomatic.com. It's strongly suggested that you leave this as it is. Some people use much bigger lists with 50 or more URLs. The theory is that the more services are used, the faster the search engines will index new content. But in practice, it does not work that way. Using these much bigger lists on actually hurt your site SEO wise. If you search Google for WordPress update services list of URLs, you will find lots of such lists. You would not want to use any of them. Pingomatic is owned by the WordPress Foundation, the very folks that own WordPress. Pingomatic sends updates to all of the major update services so that you do not have to. And many update services do not accept pings from services other than Pingomatic. So if your website pings them, it will be rejected anyway. But the real problem with using the much bigger list is this: every time you edit a post or page, WordPress will ping all of the URLs in the list. If you edit if you make lots and lots of edits in a single day, WordPress will ping these services lots of times. You might then be seen as a spammer by some of these services, and they will no longer accept your pings, which is why you just want to leave this as it is. You do not want to use any of big lists with lots of URLs. They will not help and may actually hurt your website. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will be discussing reading settings. We will now look at the reading settings. Now click on the settings option and in the left navigation bar and choose reading from this pop-up menu. We will not be using any posts in this course, and we deleted the lone page WordPress had created for us. So before we can configure the reading settings for our site here, we need to add a page. This page will then change and show you more options. But we need to change this setting. For each article in the feed, so you want to select summary or excerpt. You do not want the RSS feed to have entire article. There are lots of scrapers that scrape RSS feeds from sites and put them on their own sites. If you display entire article in your RSS feed, they will copy your entire article and post them on their sites. So you do not want that to happen, which is why you choose accept. You do not want to change anything else. Let's add a page now. Let's call this page, add a new page, and let's call this page home and click on publish. Unless you click publish, your page will not be published and you will not see it in the reading setting page. Now let's go back to reading settings after publishing the page, and now we will go back to the reading setting. Here we are. Now you see this option, front page displays. We need the home page to be a static page when it's installed. WordPress is configured to show a list of posts as the home page. We do not want that. We will not be using posts here, and we want the front page to be a static home page. To do that, you need to select this option and choose front page as the page we just created right now. We will select summary here and we will save the changes. If you see what the site looks like now, you will see that the site is displaying the page we just created as the home page. Here we will see how our site look like, and you can see that the site is displaying the page which we just created now. We are discussing building the website using WordPress, and moving on to our next topic. Today we will discuss discussion settings. To get to the discussion settings page, go to settings and discussion. This is mainly about letting WordPress know what you want it to do when someone comments. Let's look at this one first. Attempt to notify any blog linked to from the article. You want to leave this checked. If this box is checked, WordPress will notify blogs you link to from within your pages or posts. If those webmasters see that you are linking to them, they might visit your blog and link to you if they like what they see on your blog. If that happens, you will get backlinks from other high quality blogs. This second option here allows links notifications from other blogs. You want this unchecked. When some other website links to you, their website will ping your website and let you know you have a backlink. This might seem like a good thing, but there are spammers who ping your site attempting to trick you into believing that you have a backlink from their site. They want you to link to them without they actually having to link to your site. These folks are looking for some easy backlinks. If you uncheck this, you will not have to deal with such things. You want to leave this checked. Allow people to submit comments on the post. You want people to comment and interact with you. This is one of the most powerful features of WordPress. You can change these settings for each article if you choose to. So in case you want to override these settings only for some particular pages or posts, you can do it. Let's see how to do that. Let's go to the page we have created. So press the edit. If you scroll down, you can see at the top right bottom discussion setting. Discussion settings are not being displayed here, and you want to check these. You can either choose to allow comments or not allow comments. You can allow trackbacks and pingbacks or not allow them. So for each individual article, you will be able to override these settings here. Let's see the settings in the section now, other comment settings. Comments author must fill out name and email. You want to leave this one checked. User must be registered and logged into comment. You want to leave this one unchecked. If people have to go through too many hoops to leave a comment, they will simply leave and not bother. This one automatically close comments on articles older than 14 days is mainly for new sites. Amazon affiliate sites do not fall under that category, so you will want to leave this unchecked. Enable threaded comments 5 levels deep. You can leave it unchecked. Break comments into pages with 50 top level comments per page. This really does not matter as most affiliate sites do not have quite that many comments. Most of the comments your blog receives will most likely to be spam and will not get approved anyway, so it really does not matter whether you leave this checked or unchecked. Email me whenever anyone posts a comment and a comment is held for moderation. You could leave this check, but if you see that you are receiving too many spam comments and your inbox is full of these notifications, you can always come back and uncheck these. Before a comment appears, a comment must be manually approved. You want to leave this checked. You want to manually approve every comment that appears on your website. Comment author must have a previously approved comment. You want to leave this unchecked. Comment moderation, hold a comment in the queue if it contains two or more links. This is really not important as you will be mainly approving every comment that appears on your site. This one here, so if you scroll down below, this one here, disallowed comments keys allows you to specify words you do not want to appear on your website. WordPress will then check every comment against this list of words. If the comments contains one or more of those words, the comment will be automatically blacklisted. You can find these lists online. You want to search Google for WordPress comment blacklist. You can find these blacklists in almost any of these sites. Let's choose one. Here is the this file you will want to download. File blacklist.txt. This is the blacklist text file I have opened in the browser. I will copy this list of words now and paste this list. This list has been copy pasted, so if a comment contains any of the words in the blacklist, it will be automatically marked as a spam. You want to show avatars and you want to leave this maximum rating at G, which is suitable for all audiences. The default avatar you will want to set as blank. If you choose any of the other ones and if your site gets lot of comments, then these small images here, these might actually slow down the load time of your site. You do not want that to happen. So if somebody does not have a gravatar, you want to set the default avatar to blank. We will just save changes now. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and specifically we will discuss topic of permalink settings in WordPress. Your site's permalink settings define how the URL of each of your pages and posts will appear. The URL is a very important part of on-page SEO. It plays a huge role in how well your page ranks. You do not want some random useless stuff in your URLs, and unless you specify your permalink settings the right way, WordPress will put a lot of useless junk in your URLs, and that can seriously hurt your chances of ranking well. To illustrate this, let's see what the URLs WordPress create look like. As you might remember, we deleted the default post and pages WordPress created in previous video. Let's restore them for now, just so that we can see what URLs WordPress creates actually look like. Let's go to trash and check this post and restore this page. This, and if we open the new tab and see the permalinks option, and you can see that is the URL that has been created for this page. There is a question mark, and this is the post ID. In the URL WordPress creates, it puts question marks and numbers. That's absolutely useless. That does not tell Google what your page is about, unless you want your site to be ranking in the top 10 for question marks and numbers. We need to specify the permalink settings so that our keywords appear here instead of the question mark and post ID. Then your pages can have a good shot at ranking in the top 10. To do that, we will have to make changes in the permalink settings. We will go to the WordPress page and go to the settings and go to the permalinks. Here are the permalinks settings. You see this list of common settings here. You do not want to choose any of the top 5. You do not want numbers, question marks, or month names in your URLs. You want to choose custom structure, and you want to enter %, category, %, post name, %, in this text box. This specifies that your URLs will contain the category name and the post name, which is exactly what we want. So let's save the changes, and now we will have to publish this page. We will publish this, and once it is updated, we will go to the permalink and open this link in a new tab. You can see that our URL is changed now. There is no question mark or numbers in the URL. The URL has words instead. This is how you want the URLs to appear if you are building siloed sites. However, if you are setting up a niche site instead of a siloed site, you will not be having any categories. WordPress will put all of your pages into the only category on your site, the uncategorized category. So for niche site, you will want to have only /post name %. So again, we will update our settings and see what the URL of this page looks like. So as you can see, the URL now contains only the post name. This is how you want your URLs of niche site to be look like. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, in this video we will discuss how to find, install and use plugins in WordPress. WordPress is a really powerful content management system that lets you create a blog very easily. It does have a lot of features, but you do need to add a few plugins. Plugins are pieces of program code that can add new functionality to WordPress. Some plugins require to be configured after they are installed. We will see how to do that in a later video. If you click on plugins in the left navigation bar, you get to see the list of plugins that come bundled with your installation of WordPress. Here we will click on the plugins and you can see this page. The plugins menu has three sub items: install plugins, add new, and editor. If you select install plugins, you see the list of plugins that are already pre-installed. If you want to add a plugin, you need to click on add new. The editor is something you would not want to explore unless you are a PHP programmer. Right now, let's find and install a few plugins. Some plugins are free and some are paid. So right now we will add one of free plugins and we will click on add new and go to the search plugin and write the name of the plugins which we want to install. Here we are, and we will write buddy press. To do that, you need to install a plugin. You can search for it by typing the name of the plugins in the search box. On this screen, several plugins are displayed. You get to see the version, the star rating, a brief description, the name of the author, and detail of the plugins. To install the plugins, just click on the install, and once the plugin is installed, then you need to activate the plugin. Now you can see the plugin has been installed and added in our list of plugins. There you can see the buddy press plugin which we installed right now. We will now see how to manually install a plugin. Some plugins, mostly the premium ones you have to pay for, will have to be downloaded and you will need to upload the zip file to WordPress. Those plugins can be installed only manually. To see how to do that, we will download a plugin from wordpress.org and upload it to WordPress. Let's now go to wordpress.org and search for Jetpack for WordPress. To upload a plugin from your computer, you need to go to the add new screen. There we have searched for Jetpack and we are on the wordpress.org site. Let's download this plugin. Then go back to the plugin and we will click on the add new and upload plugin. Here screen shows and we have to choose the file which we have downloaded just now. There is the file and we will open this file and install this plugin. Once the plugin has been installed, which we will see in just a few moments, plugin installation is in progress now. There you can see. Now we have to activate this plugin. Click on the activate plugin button. This here we are, and our plugin is just installed. Once you activate any plugin, you will need to configure the settings. We will see how to do that in later video, and in the next video we will see how to use widgets. We will continue our topic of building the website using WordPress, and in this video we will discuss how to use widgets in WordPress. Widgets allow you extend the functionality of WordPress without having to know any coding. The difference between a plugins and a widgets is this. A widget is a piece of code that you can add to your sidebar or footer so that they look better in some way. All of this in the right sidebar here. Here you can see all of this in the right sidebar here, the search box, recent post, recent comments, and much more. These are all widgets. On the other hand, a plugin is a piece of code that you add to WordPress to improve the functionality in some way. So both widgets and plugins are basically scripts. Widgets get added to the sidebar or footer or even the header, while plugins get added to WordPress and change the functionality in some way. Most of your site users will possibly never see the plugins that work behind the scenes. Plugins are not visible to your site's user, but widgets are visible. They are in the sidebar or footer or even in the header. So everyone who sees your website sees them as well. To access widgets, we will go to the appearance and press widgets. This is the widget screen. The available widgets that come pre-installed with WordPress are on the right here. On the left here are the areas on your blog where you can place any of these widgets. Sidebar, content bottom 1 and content bottom 2. These three here, these are the widgets areas. The areas where you can place widgets depend on your theme. Most themes allow widgets to be placed only in certain areas and not anywhere else. In this theme we are currently using, you can add widgets to the sidebar and the bottom of the content. You cannot add widgets to the header or the footer. You can change those settings as well by modifying the theme. But we will not get into that here. By clicking on these three arrows here, you can either collapse these or show these. If you click on any of these, you can see the widgets that are currently being used in this that particular widget area. The widgets that appears in the sidebar right now are search, recent, recent comments, archives, categories, and meta. Suppose we want to remove this meta. This is where the widgets is appearing. Suppose we want to remove this meta. If we see our website, you can see the place where this meta is showing right now at the bottom of the right sidebar. We can remove the widget just by clicking and removing it, and then we have to update and go to our website. We will go to our website now and just refresh this page, and you can see that meta is disappeared from the sidebar. To add a widget, all you need to do is drag and drop the widget into whatever area you want it to appear in. Let's suppose you want to add the calendar widget at the bottom of the content. We will search the calendar and just drag it there, and after updating we will refresh this page and there you are. You can see it's appearing now. You can change the order in which widgets appear by simply moving them around. Suppose you want that recent post should appear on top instead of search. Here, right now the search is on top, and just we will have to drag it there and update the page, and we will go to our website page and just refresh this, and there you can see that now recent post is on the top and search is below. Just like you can change the settings of the plugins, you can also change the setting of the widgets. So any setting you want, or to add or remove the widgets, you can do everything just by on your click. So once you update and refresh your page, the widgets will display those changes which you have implemented. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will discuss how to add new categories and pages in WordPress. Categories help you catalog your pages. If you are building a siloed site, you will need to use categories. But if you are going to be building a niche site, you will not need to use categories. To create a new category or to view the existing categories on your site, go to the post categories. There is already one category here, uncategorized. Any pages or posts that do not belong to any category are added to the uncategorized category. You can change the name of the category by clicking on edit. You will then see this edit category screen where you can rename the category. For the siloed mattress site, we need three categories: twin mattress, memory foam, and air mattress. Let's name this category twin mattress. The slug is the name of the category as it appears in the URL. You want to be twin mattress as well. Leave the parent as none. The description is optional. Click update and the changes are saved. Now, twin mattress will be the default category. Any page that's not added to any other category when created will be put in the twin mattress category. Let's now create two more categories. To create a new category, you need to enter the name of the category. Here we will enter the name of the category, foam mattress. Now these two new categories, same process will repeat for the third category as well. We will write air mattress and same here in slug category and click add new category. Now these two new categories have been created, air mattress and foam mattress. If you need to delete a category, all you need to do is select this, choose delete and click apply, and the category will be deleted. You want to note that if you delete any category, the pages or posts you may have in the category will not be deleted. They will be moved to the default category. Now, continuing our discussion, we will discuss To add a new page, all you need to do is click this link, new in this menu bar and choose page. Or you can go to the pages menu item in the dashboard and choose add new. Choosing either of the options will bring you to the add new page screen. You need to enter the title of the page here. WordPress automatically creates a permalink or the URL for the page based on the title. Both the title and the URL need to be optimized and they are very important. We will see how to do that later. This page attributes section is where you specify whether a page has a parent and the order of the page. If a page has a parent, then the page will appear below the parent page in the navigation bar. The order also determines where in the menu the page will appear. Every page can also have a featured image, but this is optional. You enter the textual content of the page here. This is the WordPress visual editor. You have options for writing any text, bolding or italicizing and more. All of this is just like you would see in any other word processor. If you click on this, here are the different options which we are discussing. If you need to add media, you can also have the option there. Once you have entered the textual content of the page and formatted it, you need to publish it. You can also save the draft by clicking this button, and then you can see the preview of the page. Here are the preview of the page which we have just created. By default, visibility is set to be public. This means as soon as the page is published, anyone can access it on the internet. If you do not want that, you can set the visibility to private or you can password protect the page. But since we are building affiliate sites, we want people to be able to see the page. So the visibility needs to be public. You can either publish the page right away or you can schedule it to be published at a later date. Let's publish this page now. You can see the page by clicking on view page. This is how the page will appear once it is published. You can see that there is no option for people to comment. If you want to change that, you can change the comment settings. You need to make sure the discussion settings have been chosen to appear in the screen option menu. And scroll down this page, you choose to allow comments and update. If you see the page now anyone can post a comment here. After every change, if you scroll down the page, you can see anyone can post comment to this page. If you want to change this for this particular page, you can go back and change the comment settings again. After making any changes, you need to click update or else the changes will not be saved. Here we will now discuss. By default, WordPress allows you to associate categories only with posts. You will not be able to add pages to categories. For instance, if you add a new post, you have this categories box which lets you associate this post with any of these categories. But this option is not available when you add a new page. If you add a new post, the option is not available. There is no option here that will let you associate this page you are creating now with any of the categories, but we are using only pages and not posts. So we will need to use a plugin to be able to easily assign categories to pages just like we can do for post. We will use this plugin. Go to the plugins, add new, add tags and category to page and post. We will use this plugin. We will install this plugin. Now we will activate it. Now we need to configure the settings. We need to choose this option. We need to choose this option, add category to pages, this one, and need to save changes. Now when we add a new page, we have this categories box here. You can specify which category to associate with the page you are creating. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to add or use new themes in WordPress website. Your site's theme determines how your site looks. The theme defines how the header, sidebar, footer, and the screen area look. With WordPress, you have access to lots and lots of free themes, and a few of them come pre installed. You go to Appearance, Themes, and to see what your current theme is and what themes are pre installed. As you can see, there are 6 themes that come pre installed with this installation of WordPress. This one is the active theme, which is 2016 theme. You can see details about any of the theme and even see a live preview of any of the installed theme. The live preview shows you how the site will look if you were to use that particular theme. If you were to click save and activate, and then that particular theme will become your active theme. If you want to change your current theme 2016 to 2019 or to 2022, you can do that by clicking activate, and that theme will become your active theme. Let's see. No matter what theme you choose, you will be able to move around the widgets and change the appearance right away. You always would want to see where the widgets areas in a particular theme are, and you can do that by going to Appearance, Widgets. To add, here you can see the widget screen. You would want to take a look at this menu bar at the top of the page. You can adjust. Here we are at the wordpress.org, the menu bar at top of the screen, popular, latest, favorite, and feature filter. If you want to preview a theme, you simply click on preview and you will be able to see the preview of any theme. But unlike earlier, there isn't a live preview. If you want to install any particular theme, you have to download that theme and then install. Once you install any theme, then you can see the live preview. If you click save and activate, your theme will become the active theme. Same process which we have discussed. No matter what theme you choose, you will need to do at least a bit of customization. You will need to add a logo and maybe a Fevicon as well. We will get to that part later. The feature filter tab Let's suppose we choose this 2020 theme and activated it. First we will see how our site current theme looks like. Once we activate this 2020 theme, now this is our current theme now, and we will refresh this website, and there you can see that our theme is activated. Now the theme 2020 is our current theme, and our site outlook has changed from the previous theme. No matter what theme you choose, you will need to do customization as you like. Here the feature filter tab takes you to the screen where you can specify the features you are looking for, and you will be shown only those themes that meets your criteria. For instance, if you are looking for a responsive design with the 3 column layout, you just have to check any of the boxes which you want. And so if we want 3 column themes, we just will click that checkbox and search according to our requirement there. And here we can choose any subject we want. First let's say we chosen e-commerce, then we will apply these filters, and now you can see that 681 themes has been shown as per our selected categories. Some of the best themes available for WordPress are paid themes, but we will not discuss those here right now. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will discuss a sitemap of our WordPress website. The plugin we downloaded earlier, SEO for WordPress by Yoast SEO, lets you create a sitemap for your WordPress blog. A sitemap is basically just a file that tells Google and other search engines about how your site is organized and has links to all of the pages and posts. A sitemap has link to each page and post on the site. In addition, it tells search engines when a particular page or post was last updated and how often every page and post gets updated. Really small sites do not need a sitemap, but once your site gets large, it's possible that the search engines may not crawl some of the pages, especially if the interlinking is not good enough and the pages does not have external links. So it's always a good idea to have a sitemap for every site. We need to use an XML sitemap instead of an HTML sitemap. XML sitemaps are designed to be easy for search engine spiders to read. They are not designed for humans. The function of a XML sitemap is to provide URLs to search engine spiders. The SEO for WordPress plugins by Yoast SEO lets you create an XML sitemap very easily. Every time you add a page or post, the sitemap is automatically updated. Let's see how to create the sitemap using the plugin. You need to go to SEO, which is the menu item created by the Yoast SEO plugin, and choose XML setting. You need to enable the XML sitemap functionality. Once that is enabled, you will see there is the XML sitemap. The plugin actually creates the sitemaps by default. One sitemap is for posts, and another one for pages, and third one is for categories. If you click on this link, you will see all the posts on your page. Likewise, clicking on this link will show you all the pages on your site. Clicking on this category link will show you all of the category pages on your site. If you click on this, it will take us to the twin matrix category page. There you go. It will take you the twin matrix category page. Let's now take a look at the settings. If you are the only author on your site, then you will want this to be disabled. But if you happen to have several authors who post content, then you will want to be enabled. But even when you have multiple authors, there is no real reason why you will want this to be enabled, as the pages sitemap and the post sitemap will have links to all of the pages and posts on the site anyway. Let's now look at the post types tab. These are the settings on the page allow you to specify what the default search appearance would be for any type of content you have. You can choose which content type appear in which search results and what there. You can also add the media as well. Is the taxonomies lets you specify whether you want categories and tags to be included in the sitemap. We are not using tags here, so it does not matter what's chosen here. Once you are done, you will want to click Save Changes and all the changes will be saved. Whenever you add new page, the sitemap gets updated automatically and the plugin notifies Google about the new content. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will discuss how to configure general and writing settings in WordPress. To go get to the general settings screen, click on settings, general. We don't need to change the site title here, but the tagline needs to be changed. Here we have changed the tagline. If you want your website to have www in the URL, you can specify that here. This is purely a matter of personal preference. There is no advantage to having www versus not having www in the URL. It's just that some people like to have www in the URL. Right now, if we visit the site, the URL does not have the www in it. Let's change it now. We will add www dot here and also below www dot and save changes. If you save changes, you will be logged out automatically and will have to log in again. So once you update, you can see that your site now has the www. Let's go back to the general settings. The email address is used by WordPress to send you information about new comments and new registrations. You do not want to allow people to register, so you will want this to be deselected. Since you are not allowing people to register, you do not have to change anything here. You will want to choose your time zone here. The date and time formats controls the way date and time are displayed on your website. You can have this as Monday. Here you don't have to change anything, not here. And then Finally, you have to save changes and all the changes will be saved. Now, we will discuss writing settings and go to the settings and writing. This option lets you choose the default post category for your site. We renamed the uncategorized category to twin mattress. So twin mattress is now the default post category. You can change the default post category to any of the category on your site. The options you have for the default post format depends on your theme you are using. If you want to post via email, you can set it up here. You will need to enter the mail server, your login name and password. But we are using only pages and not posts. Also, there is a very specific way we create pages, so this option, posting via email, will not be useful to create the kind of site we are building here. We have already discussed update services, so we will not change anything here. And finally, once we are done with that, we will save all the changes and our writing settings will be updated. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will be discussing the media settings in WordPress. To access the media settings screen, go to the settings media. The media settings determine the maximum dimension in pixels of the images you insert into pages and posts. WordPress can reduce images but cannot enlarge them. Based on the dimension specified in the media settings, up to 3 images are created by WordPress for each image you upload. For instance, if you upload a 2000 pixels and 2000 pixels images, WordPress creates 3 images, one of the 1024 by 1024, another medium sized image by 300 by 300, and thumbnail of dimension of 150 by 150. But if you upload an image that measures 480 by 480, it will create only two images, one 300 by 300 and another 150 by 150 size thumbnail image. It cannot convert a 480 by 480 image to a 1024 by 1024 sized image, as it cannot enlarge any image. Similarly, if you upload a 75 by 75 image, no additional images will be created, as creating a 150 by 150 or a 300 by 300 will require WordPress to enlarge the image, and it cannot do that. You can either use one of the images created by WordPress or the one you upload in your pages and posts. You can also change any of these settings. You can change the default dimension of the thumbnail to 100 by 100, or let's suppose 75 by 75, or whatever else you choose to. There is this checkbox, crop thumbnails to exact dimension. If this checkbox is checked, the image will be cropped such that width is always equal to the height of the image. But if you uncheck this box, the image will be resized based on the width and height of the original image. The width and height of the image WordPress creates will be the proportional to that of the original image. If this last checkbox is selected, the images will be organized into folders based on the month and year they were uploaded. If this is deselected, all images will be put in a single folder. You would want to leave this checked. So you would want to click save after making all the changes, and your changes will be saved and media settings will be updated according to your own requirement. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will specifically discuss how to add contact us page in WordPress. The contact us page allows visitors to write to the webmaster if they want to. Every website needs to have a contact us page. We use a plugin Contact Form 7 to create a contact form on the contact page. First, we need to create a contact page. Let's create the page. Here we will create a contact us page. We will give the heading as contact us and publish this page. Now we will go to the plugins, add new, and download and install the Contact Form 7 plugin. Here we are installing the Contact Form 7 plugin. Now we will activate this plugin. Now we need to go to the settings of the Contact Us form and copy the short code. We will paste this short code into the contact us page which we have just created, and there you can see the permalink which is created automatically. We will update, and now we will see the preview in the new tab, and there you go, you can see that contact us form is showing on our website. The site visitors will be able to write to the webmasters now. WordPress will send whatever message they write here to the email address we entered in the general setting page. Here we will open the general setting page. This is the email address where you will receive all the messages. The main issue now with such a form is that it does not have a captcha right now. Without a captcha, you will receive a lot of spam. So we need to insert a captcha here. To do that, we will go to the pl- contact, and we will go to the integration. Here you can see the Recaptcha protects you against spam and other types of automated abuse. With Contact Form 7's Recaptcha integration module, you can block abusive form submission by spam bots. So we will open the Recaptcha in a new tab, and there you see that Recaptcha is basically a Google service, and we will need to register our site with the Google to start using the reCAPTCHA. We will open my reCAPTCHA page in, and here we will set it up the reCAPTCHA page. First of all, we will log in with our email address, and first we will here write the label, the best mattress site. Then we will select the reCAPTCHA type, which is the latest one, v3. Here we will paste the domain of our website. We will open our website and copy the address and paste it right there. there is our website address, and we will accept the Recaptcha terms and conditions. And below, send alerts to owner. It's up to you if you want to check, or then we will submit this form. Here Google will provide us the two keys, copy site key and copy secret key. We will copy site key, copy the key and set up integration, and here we will paste the site key. Go back to that page again and we will copy the secret key, and we will paste that secret key here. And now we will save changes. Here we have saved changes, and now we will go to our website and see what are the updates we will have after making these settings. As you can see that there is our page contact us form, and no recaptcha is showing. Now we will refresh this page, and as you can see, the bottom of the page, right bottom of the page, it shows that our website is now protected by recaptcha. So these are the settings and plugins we need to use. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will discuss how to add About Us page in WordPress site. The About Us page is a very important page on your website. You will not be monetizing it, but it's still very important as a lot of people who visit your site would want to know about you and your will visit this page. You will want to convey to your readers why you created the website, and you will want to write it in a way that will evoke an emotional response. You do not want this to be boring. You want it to make it as interesting as possible. The best way to get an emotional response from people would be to tell a story that will resonate with them. You want the story on the page to speak to your readers and to make a connection with them. You can write the page in the third person or in the first person. You just need to make it interesting and let your readers know there is a real person behind the website. Your readers would also want to know what qualifies you to write with authority about the topic of your website. So let's create the page. Here our title will be About Us. Here is the general structure you would want to use for the About Us page. You would want to have a title on this page. You would want it to be something other than About Us. Maybe something like why I created this website, or something more interesting that you can think of. So this will be our title, and next you would want to have your name and photograph, so the readers of your website know that a real person behind this website. After that, you would want to write briefly about what you do, your hobbies, what drives you, and so on. Like occupation and brief introduction about yourself. so the people relate to you better after reading this. After that, write a sentence or two about what you created, why you created this site. It's alright if you are not an expert. Mention that you researched this topic because you had to overcome some nagging problem, learned a lot in the process, and then decided to help other people who might be facing the same issue as you once were. Mention some interesting statistics, and maybe you would want to support these with some personal stories if possible. If you are creating a site about matrices, include some statistics about how matrices affect the quality of sleep. Weave in some stories about people who had their lives turned upside down by choosing low quality matrices and then purchased the right mattress and their trouble vanished. This will be the purpose of the site. Write about how this site can help your visitors choose the right mattress for their needs. You would also want to have a contact form on the About Us page, and the same way, purpose of the site. Now, the same way which we have discussed in the previous video, we will add the contact us form here as well. We will go back to the contact form settings and copy the shortcode and paste that shortcode right here, and so let's now publish this page and see how it looks like. After publishing this page, we will preview this in a new tab and see what it looks like. And there you can see here is our About Us page with the form and how it looks like at the moment. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to add privacy policy in your WordPress website. Amazon requires every Amazon affiliate site to have a privacy policy. The privacy policy should be easily accessible from anywhere on the site and should mention that the webmaster is an Amazon affiliate. The easiest way to generate a privacy policy for your website is to use a privacy policy generator. Let's see how to use one such service. This is the URL you will want to go to: www.privacypolicyonline.com. You need to click on the free generator and go to the privacy policy generator. Here, first of all, you need to enter your website name, which is the best mattress site which we are building, and then you need to copy your website URL. Here we will copy our website URL and paste here on the required field and click on next. Now we have to complete these settings. First one is option is, do you use cookies? Of course we are using cookies, so we will select option yes, but it's up to you. If you want do not using cookies on your website, you can select no, but we will select yes in the final setting. Second one is, do you show ads through Google AdSense? No, we are not showing Google AdSense. ads on our website, and then we will select the country and the state and review our setting. We will click yes on our cookies settings, and then we will click on next to go to the next setting page, and there you have to write your email address, the same address which you have mentioned in the general settings of your website. And after writing the email address, you have completed all the options, and now click on the create privacy policy. So there you have it. You have your own privacy policy generated through this privacy policy online service. And now you can download your privacy policy and use it on your website. We will select all the privacy policy which is generated here, and then we will create privacy policy page on our website and copy this newly generated privacy policy on our website. So there we will select all the privacy policy data which is being generated here and go to our website. We will go to the pages, add new, and create a new page named privacy policy. There we will add the title of our page, privacy policy, and then go back to the privacy policy online website and copy the newly generated privacy policy. There we have copied, and now we will go back to our newly created page of privacy policy and paste this complete information here into our page. There we have pasted all the information which was generated by the privacy policy online service. Now we have to unfollow or delete the links which are linking back to that particular website. We will have to unfollow those links, so we do not have any link showing on our website which is linking back to that particular website, like privacy policy online or any other website. Now you can see that there is no link showing on this complete page. We have deleted the ones which were showing here, and now our privacy policy page is ready to be published, and anyone can see that this privacy policy is specifically designed for our best mattress site. So we will save the draft of this privacy policy and preview the page in a new tab, so we can see if there is any mistake before publishing that. We will have saved the draft, and we are previewing in there is the privacy policy showing on our website. This is how you can generate privacy policy for your own website We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to add affiliate disclosure in WordPress website. We need to add an affiliate disclosure at the end of every page on the site. Amazon does not require the disclosure on every page, but you will want to play extra safe. To insert the disclosure at the end of every page, we will want to use a plugin, header and footer. So let's install the plugin now. We will go to the plugins and add new. We have opened in a new tab, and here we will search header and footer plugin. Every plugin either creates a separate menu item or insert itself in the setting menu. Here we are searching for header and footer plugin, and we will see the one we want to use. We will scroll down. We will see which one we want to use, which gives us the best results. Here is the plugin. We will install it. The plugin is installing now. Now we will activate. Plugin is in process of activation. Now we will go to the settings. Since this plugin has not item created on the dashboard, let's take a look at the setting menu. There you can see. We will open it a new tab. This is the setting screen of the plugin. You see several tabs here. Let's go to the pages tab and let's insert the disclosure after the page content. There we will insert the disclosure. We have copied that, and here we will paste it. Let's insert a couple of line breaks tags. We will copy the URL of our website here. There we will insert the couple of line breaks after making necessary adjustments. There we are adding the line breaks. Now after this we will copy that and paste same on the mobile version as well and save the changes. You can find a copy of this text in the resource section, since we want this to appear on the mobile device as well. So let's see what the pages looks like now. You can see the disclosure appearing at the bottom of every page here. Right now this page contains only this text. We will change that later. There we can see pages which we have created. Here you can also directly search for any page which you have created on your website. Here we are searching for privacy policy, and at the bottom of the page you can see the affiliate disclosure which we have just created, and this you can add on every page of your Amazon affiliate website. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will see how to add social sharing buttons on our website. To add social sharing buttons, we need to install a plugin. So let's go to the plugin page and search for a social share plugins now. So let's search for the social share buttons, and before you install a plugin, the first thing you would want to see is whether it is compatible with the versions of WordPress you are using. There you can see the third one is untested and is not compatible with our version of WordPress. So we will have to see and choose the one which is compatible with our version of WordPress. So let's see, we will install this add to any share buttons. We will install this plugin and activate it. So we now need to get to the setting screens of the plugin. We will go to the setting, and there you can find the plugin, and this is the setting screen of this particular plugin. The plugin has created, it is asking us whether we, as you can see the settings, the first one is the placement, whether you want vertical buttons and where do you want to place them, either in the left docked, right docked, or attached to the content. So it's up to our choice. So we will select the right docked, and the second setting is responsiveness, whether you want to hide on the mobile screens or hide until the page is scrolled or hide when page is scrolled. So it's up to you which option you have selected, the position, the offset, the background, and different kind of settings. There you can see the icon style, the pixel, the background, and the foreground, the one you want. There you can add multiple of social share buttons, but of course we will only add which are related to our website or which are popular on the social sharing networks. So we have already added the Facebook, the Twitter, the Pinterest. So these are the different settings which we have already seen. The placement, display at the bottom of the post, at bottom of post on the front page or on the archive page, or display on the button of post in the feed. So multiple settings, or you want to be displayed at the top of. So we have selected the top option here, and once you make all the settings and save changes, you can go to your website and see what these changes looks like. There you can see that it's showing on the top of the page multiple buttons which you have selected. These are showing on the top of your home page, and there you can see we have selected the top option, but if you select the bottom option and save changes, then go to your website and refresh the page and open. These are the floating settings. We have selected the right one and we will save the changes here as well, and there you can see that the social sharing buttons are showing on the right screen. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to create menus in WordPress. This video is an introduction to creating menus in WordPress. Since we will be using the Thrive content builder, we will be doing something a bit differently. But before we get to that part, we need to know how to create menus in WordPress. We can always tweak things a bit later. The locations where you can place a menu depends on the theme you are using. Some themes allow you one menu that is placed in the header, while some themes allow menus in the header and sidebar. Some themes allow you to add two menus in the header, one above the logo and one below the logo. To create your own custom menu, you would want to go to Appearance and go to the menus. This is the menu screen. To be able to see where you can place menus, you need to create a menu first. So let's create menu. Every menu should have a name. It's important that you choose a name that lets you know what items the menu contains. Once your site gets large, you may have several menus. A name like top menu or left sidebar menu will let you know where you intended the menu to be placed while creating it. This is important when you need to choose where to put a menu. Let's name this one top menu. Usually the pages that appears in the top menu are about us, contact us, privacy policy and home. So by the name of the menu, you know what the menu contains. On the left, you can choose the items to be added in the menu. First you have to create the menu, then you can see these are unlocked now. So in the menu you can have pages and you can have posts as well. You can have custom links that here you can see the pages in most recent, or you can view all the pages you have created, or if the site is very large you can search the page which you want. So second one is the post here, the same, and third one is the custom links that link to external website, or you can have links to category pages, and these are the categories. If you can view all, you can see that we have created the three categories already. But the first item here is pages. You can choose items displayed here in the most recent tab, or if a page you are looking for is not in this list, you can view all pages on your site. You can also search for individual pages. You can link to individual posts as well. If you want to link to an external website, you need to enter the URL and the link text. You can link to category pages as well. Let's add a few items in the menu now. So we have added home, contact us and privacy policy and about us pages, and you can move them around. You can indent items such that they appear one below another. You can delete any item from the list by clicking on this downward arrow next to the label and clicking on remove. You can change the navigation label by entering a new label. You will want the title attribute to blank, and there are multiple options which you can select. The XFN link relationship or HTML friends network is used to specify relationships you have with other webmasters or authors on your site when you are linking to them. So let's take a look at the menu settings, which you can see bottom of the page, the menu settings. You do not want to enable auto add pages. This can mess up how the menu looks as we are using only pages. Theme locations. This lets you know the areas where the theme that is currently active lets you add menu. The theme that's active currently allows you two menus, a primary menu and a social links menu. Let's select primary menu. So once we select the primary menu and save the changes, if I save this menu now, this top menu will become the primary menu on the website. Let me save this menu now. And if we see now, if we see our website, here we here you can see, after refreshing, you can see the menu is appearing here. You can change the order in which these pages appear here by moving around these menu items. Suppose you want privacy policy to be next to home, and simply you can shuffle around and save changes and then refresh this page and you can see the changes. Privacy policy is showing next to the home. So you would also want to note that we have intended this item here under home and it is showing up here. The theme we are using right now does not allow a menu to be placed in the sidebar. We can override these settings and add menus in the sidebar as well, or even the footer if the theme we are using allows that. We will see how to do that in next videos. If you have several menus, then you will want to use the options in this tab. Manage locations to specify which menu appears in a particular location. Right now we have created only one menu. Let's create another menu so that we can see how this works. Let's first save this menu and now let's create a new menu. Let's call this alternate top menu. We need to create a menu before we will be able to add items to this. Let's now add a few items to this. We will add about us, contact us, privacy policy, and click on add in menu. Then we will add post as well. There you can see the items are added in the menu. So if we save changes now and go to this tab now, we have two menus. Here we can, if we go to this tab, manage locations, you can see that we now have two menus, top menu and alternative top menu. So if we save changes and go to our website and refresh this page, you can see that the new menu is appearing here. To delete a menu, you need to go to the menu screen, choose the Edit Menus tab, scroll down and choose to delete this menu. You will get a message, choose OK, and that menu has been deleted. We now have only one menu. Continuing our discussion building the website using WordPress, today we will discuss why we are using pages and not posts in our website. Most webmasters who use WordPress use mostly posts. The only pages most WordPress sites have are About Us, Contact Us, Privacy Policy, and disclaimers. But for affiliate websites of the kind we are building, posts are not suitable. The key difference between pages and posts is this: posts are time sensitive while pages are not. For news type websites, posts are ideally suited. Such sites are frequently updated, even several times a day. The blog always stays up to date with the latest news, and posts are ideal for this kind of a website. We are not building these news type websites. The bulk of the content of the kind of sites we are building is not about the latest deals and coupon codes. These sites are filled with information like buying guides, features to look for in products, and the like. This is not time sensitive information. We are building sites that are more like static HTML sites. Once your affiliate site has about 50 to 150 pages of content, you might not update it very frequently. Once your site reaches that size, you might publish a new page every week or even once in a few months, while news type sites are updated several times a day. The kind of affiliate websites we are building are updated very infrequently once they reach a certain number of pages. In news type sites, new posts are linked to from the home page while older posts scroll off the home page. Posts that are linked to from the home page tend to rank higher, and posts that scroll off the home page tend to rank lower. In affiliate sites like the ones we are building, important pages are permanently linked to from the home page and from other key areas of the site wherever needed. The top menu bar, sidebars, and so on. We give a lot of importance to internal linking of pages within the site to boost their relevance and even put pages within categories, a feature that's not built within WordPress. Posts tend to rank better in the short term, while pages tend to rank better in the long term. We desire long term, stable ranking, and that is why we use pages and not posts. So, why we use static home page? We use a static home page instead of displaying posts as WordPress is set to do by default to boost the relevance of the site to whatever topic we want to rank for. By default, WordPress displays a list of latest posts on the front page. As you keep adding new posts, older posts scroll off the home page and the newer ones are displayed at the top. This kind of structure works very well for news sites, but we are not looking to build news sites here. This kind of structure is not suitable for affiliate site. If a page is to be very relevant to a certain topic, it has to have scores of LSI words related to the topic. As we will see in a while when we get to discussing LSI, we put in a lot of effort to make sure every page meets certain criteria. Moreover, every page needs to have a certain structure to it. It will need to have a table of contents, several images, and at least 2000 to 3000 words of content. We will see all of this in a while. If posts are scrolling off the home page, you will not be able to ensure the home page has the structure that's needed to rank. If the content of the home page is constantly changing, as it will happen here, its relevance to the topic constantly changes. The home page is a very important page on your site. We use it to boost the relevance of every important page on the site. We follow a multi-step process here to do that. First, we make sure the home page is highly relevant to the topic of the site. Next, we link from the home page to all of the important pages on the site, boosting their relevance as well. We also link back to the home page from the other pages on the site, boosting the relevance of the entire site. For all of this, it's essential that the content on the home page be static. It should not be constantly changing, which is why we use a static front page as the home page. To configure WordPress to show a static page as the front page, we will go to the settings and reading. We will choose a static page here and choose a page to be displayed as the front page. Choose another page to be the post page in case you will be using posts on your sites. Then we will save changes. And now if we refresh this, you will see now that the front page is a static page of our website. Like here, as you can see that the home page is a static page. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss Google Analytics. Many people do not want to install Google Analytics on their websites. They are not comfortable with this as they think they might be giving too much data to Google. But then most of these people also use black hat math techniques, and they have several good reasons not to give too much data to Google. Anyone using black hat methods would not want to have Google Analytics on their sites or add their site to Google Webmaster Tools. But here we are not using any black hat methods, so there is no reason not to have Google Analytics on your site. In fact, it will be good to have Google Analytics tracking your visitors and page views, because you will be getting to know a lot about your visitors to your sites are behaving. So let's go ahead and add the site to Google Analytics. You will want to do this only once you have a few pages of content on your site. We do not have any content right now, but then this is only a demo site. To add Google Analytics to your site, Google needs you to prove your site ownership. You will need to place a piece of code they give you on every page of your site. Let's log into Google's Analytics using the email created for this site. We have already signed up with that email. We will open the Google Analytics. As you can see, we have already signed up with that email. We will start here, and first they required an account name, and we will put the best mattress site here and click on the next one. And here they need a property name, the same one, the best mattress site. We will select now the reporting time zone. I'm here in Pakistan, so we will select Pakistan here, click on the next, and we will need to select the industry category and small business size, and we needed to install Google Analytics or adding our website to measure customer engagement with our site. So we will select that option and create. Here we will accept the privacy policy, Google Analytics terms of services, and click on I accept, and it's loading to the next page. Here are a few options. It's up to you. You want to check or uncheck, you can read all of them. And here is here you can see that your best mattress site. Here you need to enter your website name, website address, copy your website address and paste it here. Now we will add our stream name, which is the best mattress site, and click on the create stream. There again that screen popped up. You can click on save, and there you can see that your website has been added to Google Analytics. And going on to the home page, this is the code which Google gives you. You need to copy this particular code and go to your website settings and header and footer option. And if you are going to do this way, you will need to place the piece of code in the footer and save. Here we will paste that particular code. You would not want to paste any piece of code in here because that can slow down your site. You want all such code, yes, scripts in the footer. So click save. The site is now added to Google Analytics. There is another way you can do this, but first let's delete this. So there is another plugin we can use. We will go to the plugin, add new, and we will write Google Analytics by Monster Insight. Google Analytics. Here is the plugin. We will install that plugin and then activate as usual. Let's now go to the settings. This is the page which has shown up. We are now in the plugin settings, there is the page we need to connect with monster inside plugin. There we will click on this. It will require authentication, and with our email we will click allow best mattress site, and we will complete the connection here. It's finalizing the authentication process, and there you go. The message has shown, congratulations, you are now connected with the monster inside. So we now have the site linked to the analytics account. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss used SEO plugin settings in WordPress. WordPress does not make it easy to add metadata like titles and descriptions to your website, so we need to use SEO plugin mainly to add metadata. There are three really good SEO plugins, and you would want to use any one of these just to see you all in one SEO, but you would not want to use more than one SEO plugin as that will lead to conflicts. All of these are really good, and it does not really matter which of these three plugins you use in this. So we will take a look at used SEO plugin. You will need to go to the add plugin screen, install and activate the plugin. Since I have already done that, this option is grayed out. Once the plugin has been activated, it will create this menu option. So if you click on it, you will see this drop down menu and you will be taken to the general settings screen. So Yoast makes it easy to configure the plugin to have a configuration results that can be accessed from the general setting. So screen clicking on this link opens the first time configuration, and you will be able to make all the basic settings here. So there is your site representation. You can select person or organization, and you can also select the name, and then you can also add your personal or your site logo. So here we will just for an option we will select the happy dreams, which is the name of our website, and we will save and continue. And the next, there are social profiles. There are multiple all the popular social platforms, and you can add your website link if you have already made an account on these platforms for of your website. So you can add that and click on the next, but we haven't made any of this, so we will save and continue to the next one. These are the personal preferences. Used SEO usage tracking we will set to the no, because we do not want to be our data to be tracked frequently. So we will save and continue, but here you can also add your email address to receive the used SEO updates or newsletters. So there you can see the finished configuration. After all the setting, you can register your website now. We will go to another tab, features tab. Here you will mainly want to be see the XML settings here, and it should be turned on. And next there is a Webmaster Tools. If you have added your website to the different webmasters like Bing and Google and Yandex, you can add that verification codes here. We will go to another option in the menu bar, search appearance. Here you would want to go to the taxonomies first, and you will want to turn off the categories and show SEO settings in the categories. Next you would want to go to the archives, and it should also be turned off. There is a data archives also be turned off, and then you would want to save these changes. So these are the some basic settings which you must do once you install the Yoast SEO plugin. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to upload your site's banner image. It is important that your Amazon affiliate site have a nice looking banner image. It doesn't have to be work of art, but it should look nice and professional. Some people use a very large image in the header area. This kind of design can be great for local sites or for corporates, but this is not suitable for affiliate websites. A large image in the header can be very bad for conversions. You do not want to use very large images in the header area of affiliate website. You want the banner to take as little space as possible yet appear nice and professional. The size of the image you would want to use depends on your theme. Every theme recommends a size of for the header. To see what the size recommended by your theme is, go to appearance, header, and in this case the theme recommends 1200 by 280 pixels image size. Unless you are convergent with program like GIMP or Adobe Photoshop, you would want to outsource the design and creation of your header image. And it doesn't have to be expensive. There are a lot of sellers on Fiverr who can design a nice looking banner for just $5 to $10. You do not have to spend any more than that. Search for website banner on Fiverr and you will see lot of gigs. Just select one and place a request for a website banner and you should have a nice looking banner in about a day's time. Once you have received the file, you will again want to go appearance, header and choose to add a new image. So let me select the file here. We will select the file and here is our file. Now we will we doesn't have to crop. We will see if you want to crop your image, you can do that here, but we don't have to. So we will just save and there you can see the site now has a nice looking banner. You can save and publish this, and once you open your site in a separate tab, you can see that the banner is there. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress. Today we will discuss how to create a favicon of your website. A favicon or favorite icon is an icon that's associated with the website. The favicon of a website is displayed in your browser's address bar and next to the site name in your bookmarks list. Every professional website has a favicon. Google has recently changed their favicon. I the best known favicon is possibly that of YouTube. Everyone knows this favicon. So let's see how to create a favicon and upload it to WordPress. A favicon is an image file that usually measures 16 by 16 pixels and has the extensions .ico, but WordPress also allows you to use JPEG files as well. You could easily create one with Photoshop or GIMP, and there are several ways to do this. There are several favicon generators online that let you create one for free. We will use GIMP, an open source software, to create a Fevicon. GIMP is a very powerful software and you can learn how to use it in just a few hours. There are several tutorials on YouTube that can help you learn it. But before we create a favicon, we need to know what the size of the image should be. And to know that, you would want to go to Appearance, Customize, and then click on Site Identity. Here you can see that the theme specifies the site icon should be at least 512 pixels wide and 512 pixels tall. So let's create an image in GIMP that measures 512 pixels wide and 512 pixels tall. We will go to the file and create new. There we will set the width and height of the image and create one. So let's now apply the gradient. We will change the background color to red and foreground color to yellow. We will use the blend tool to apply a gradient here. We will now use the text tool. We will select the text color. Here is the text tool. We will select the text color to black. So we will write here word H. We will bold this. You can increase size here, any size you want. So we will now use the move tool to align the letter H. We need to select the text layer. The letter is aligned now. Now we need to export this file as a JPEG image. Choose export as from the file menu. There we will go to the file now and choose export as, and we will select the location and choose the extension by JPEG. Here we will select JPEG image and we will export this file. We will save it on desktop and we will make the quality to 100. So the favicon is now on the desktop. We now need to upload this to WordPress. We will now select the image. We will now, after selecting this, we will save and publish the image. We will publish this one. So that's how you create and upload the favicon image in to your WordPress site. There you can see that your specific favicon is showing next to the website name. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to create a child theme of your website. If you are going to be doing any modifications to the theme files like style.css and so on, you will want to create a child theme and make modifications to the file of the child theme. If you make modifications to your theme file directly, they will get overwritten when you update the theme with the new version and all of your changes will be lost. Luckily, creating a child theme is extremely easy. To create the child theme, we will be using a plugin, Child Theme Wizard. So let's install and activate the plugin. We will search here child theme wizard, and we will install the first plugin, child theme wizard. The plugin is now in installation process. Now we will activate the plugin. This plugin inserts a menu item in the tools menu. We will go to the tool and click on the child theme wizard. As you can see, this is the settings screen. As you can see, the currently active theme is 2016. So now let's create a child theme of 2016. We need to enter the title here, 2016 child, and we will give here the description, child theme of 2016, and choose no for this. Click on the child theme and your child theme will be created. Once you create the child theme, you will need to activate it. Child theme does not automatically become the active theme. We will go to the appearance and theme. Here is the trial theme, but 2016 is still the active theme. We will activate the child theme here, and now you can see the active theme is the child theme. Now if you go to the appearance editor, you can see theme file editor. We will go to the theme file editor here. You can see the file that will be modified is the one that belongs to the child theme. This is the file theme we created. This way all of your changes will be safe from being overwritten when you update your theme with the newer version. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and from today we will specifically discuss the Gutenberg Editor, which is the WordPress default editor. The Gutenberg Editor, named after Johannes Gutenberg, who invented the movable type printing press in the year 1450, is now the default editor in WordPress. Movable type printing revolutionized printing by introducing blocks of type that could be moved and reorganized. The Gutenberg editor uses blocks for content, and these blocks may be moved around and reorganized. You can add blocks of content to the canvas and move blocks around. Each of these blocks may contain information of a certain type, like text, images, video, or audio, or a block may have a mix of various types of content, like text and images, text and video, and so on. With Gutenberg, WordPress had tried to create a true WYSIWYG editor. It's now much easier than it used to be to create rich media pages and posts without using expensive page builders, some of which may slow down your website. The classic editor requires users to use lots of shortcodes and HTML to create media rich pages. Gutenberg lets you create such pages with a lot of less effort. While it is a significant improvement over the classic editor, there are page builders that are a lot better suited than Gutenberg for building media rich pages, but those page builders are not free to use, while Gutenberg is free. Now we will discuss the blog settings. Blocks are content containers that the Gutenberg Editor uses. There are several types of blocks, and you can see them by clicking on this button at the top left corner of the screen. You can add block above or below the existing block by holding your mouse cursor and waiting for this add block icon to appear. Your three most recently added blocks are available right below the last added block. The icon displayed here will keep changing depending on which blocks you add. The three most recent used blocks appearing here are add image button and heading, so I could add a new image block by clicking on this image block icon. Whenever you click inside a block, option to customize it appear in this block tab of the settings panel. These options will be specific to each block. When you switch to the Post tab in the Settings panel, Post specific options will appear. When you click inside the block, options to move the block appear on the left. To move block up or down, click on the up or down arrow, or you can grab a block and move it wherever you want within the document. To position a block in between two blocks, you will need to grab a block, move the mouse cursor closer to the desired position while keeping the left button depressed, waiting for the tick colored line to appear and then release the mouse cursor. Whenever you click inside a block, a toolbar menu appears at the top of the box. You can change the block type by clicking on this button. By clicking on this last button on the toolbar menu, you can duplicate a block, edit it as HTML, add it to a group, or mark it as a reusable block. You can also delete a block by clicking on this remove block option in the toolbar menu. If you click on these three dots next to the gear icon at the top right corner of the screen, another menu will appear. The very first option lets you choose where you want the toolbar to appear. If you do not want the toolbar to appear right above a block but at the very top of the screen, then the toolbar will appear at the top of the page and not right above a block. If you enable Spotlight mode, only the current block you are working on will be highlighted, the rest will appear dim. You can enable full screen mode for distraction free writing as well. You can switch between Visual Editor and Code Editor here. There is also a block manager here that lets you choose which blocks will appear in each of these block menus. Now we will discuss changing permalinks and publish options. When you click inside the title area while editing a page or a post, you get this option. You have this option of permalink in the post tab of the settings panel to edit the URL slug. You can also save a post as draft preview and see what it will look like when published and publish it using buttons at the top right corner of the screen. The visibility settings in the status and visibility section of the document tab of the settings panel lets you make a page or post public, private, or password protected. Private posts are visible only to the site administrators and editors, while public pages and posts are accessible to everyone. You can either publish a certain piece of content immediately or schedule to be published on a certain date and a particular time. This option, stick to the top of the blog, is available only for posts and not for pages. The pending review options is for larger sites with several others. Whenever a revision is made to your page or post and an author can submit it for review, it will then be marked as pending review. An editor will be able to see it listed in the all posts and pages screen. You can also move a page or post to trash by clicking on this button. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss the topic of the working with text in Gutenberg WordPress editor. You can start typing text into a paragraph block just like you would in a word processor, but each paragraph is in a separate block. So when you press the enter key, a new paragraph block is added and the cursor is positioned within the new block. This lets you focus on writing and you do not have to add paragraph blocks manually while typing. If you are using Notepad or some other editor, you can paste several paragraphs of text at once, and Gutenberg will then create several paragraph blocks automatically and will put each paragraph into a separate paragraph block. When you click into a paragraph block, the block tab in the settings panel is automatically shown. You can change the font size, add drop cap, change the foreground and background colors, and if you have specific CSS classes to be added for a particular block, you can paste them here in the additional CSS classes box. Let's now look at the toolbar options for the paragraph block. By clicking on this button, you can change the type of this paragraph block to your heading. You can change it to a list or to one of the other types displayed here. This lets you align text either to left, center, or right. You can make selected text bold, italicize, you can hyperlink text by specifying the URL. You also have options for strike through or adding an image here. And you can resize the image whatever you want. Our next topic is the Gutenberg list block. The list block, a part of the common blocks menu, lets you add bulleted or numbers list. To add it, you just click on the block. You can switch between bulleted and numbered list by clicking on the respective buttons in the toolbar menu. For the list block, you can indent or outdent a particular list item by clicking on these buttons. You will not be able to outdent the very first item in a list. You can bold and italicize individual list elements. You can convert one or all list elements to hyperlinks. You can add custom CSS classes from the advanced section in the settings panel for the list block. You can transform a list block to a paragraph or a code block. If you convert a list block to your paragraph block, each item in the list becomes a separate paragraph. When you convert a list elements to your code, all of the list elements are enclosed in block codes tag. You will then need to add a citation, and that will be enclosed in opening and closing site tags. If we save this as a draft, we can see the HTML code that is used for the citation. This is the code WordPress created when the list was converted into a code. Our next topic is the heading block. Headings play a big role in SEO. A page needs to have several headings: H1, a few H2, H3s, and H4s. H5 and H6 are rarely used, but using all of the headings H1 to H6 is usually a mark of a high quality page with lots of very helpful content. You can add to heading either by converting a paragraph block into a heading, or you can add a new heading block. These are the settings available for heading block. Heading H1 to H6, you can choose whether a particular heading should be H1, H2, and so on from the settings panel on the right. You can align a heading to the left, right, or center, and you have these options for bold, italicize, and strike through. You can turn a heading into a hyperlink as well. You can choose a color for the heading from the colored section of the setting panel, and you can add custom CSS classes from the advanced section, and lastly you can transform a heading into a paragraph or into a code. We'll continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss the topic of tables block in Gutenberg Editor. Adding tables to WordPress using the classic editor used to be a hassle. If you did not want to spend time writing the HTML and CSS for a table, you either had to use a plugin or a page builder. Gutenberg now includes a table block that lets you add simple tables. There is not a lot of formatting options though, and you will not be able to build really fancy tables with the tables block. You will need to choose the numbers of column and rows. There are not a lot of styling options, so the tables you create will be pretty basic in terms of design. There are just two styles you can choose from. To enter data into this table, you simply click inside a cell and type. You can choose to make cells fix its width. You can add a header and a footer as well. You can choose one of these. Here you can add a header as well, and you can see the footer option as well if you want to. There you can choose any one of these colors as the background color of the table, and there here you can align the table from left, right, or center anywhere you want. You can align the column as well with the text wherever you want. Here you can fix the width of the table, and here in advanced section you can add the CSS classes from the advanced section. You can align text into individual columns as well. You can add hyperlinks or images as well. Our next topic is the Gutenberg Classic Editor block. You have the option to add a classic editor block to a document. There are not many options. You cannot even add custom CSS classes. There is one option though. If you go to the toolbar menu and click convert to blocks, content in a classic editor block will be converted into Gutenberg blocks. Say we have a few paragraphs, headings, and an image in a classic editor block. By clicking on convert to blocks, each paragraph, heading, and image will be placed in its own block. The header is placed inside a heading, the paragraph into a paragraph block, and the image is placed in the image block. Apart from this, you cannot do much with this editor. Our next topic is the column block. The column block is perhaps the most versatile of all blocks Gutenberg offers in terms of what we can do. This is grouped here. You can add the column. Once you add it, you will need to choose a layout. This block can have either two or three columns with column of varying widths. I will choose a three column layout. The best part is into each of these columns you can add any type of block including another columns block. You can select a column and vary its width from the column settings section of the settings panel. You can change the vertical alignment within a column from the toolbar menu. You can add an image here inside, and these features lets you stack blocks on top of each other in each column. There you can add another image in the same block. You can resize and settings into different options. So our next topic is the Gutenberg Images. you can use the image block to insert an image anywhere on your page or post. You can upload an image from your computer, choose one from the media library, or insert from a URL. You can resize an image once you upload it. To resize an image, once you upload it, to resize an image, you need to grab one of these circles and drag it either inward or outward, and the image will be resized accordingly. You cannot crop an image that easily though. If you want to crop an image, you will need to click on the edit image, go back to the upload media screen, click on the edit image, and then you will be able to crop the image. If you align an image left to right, blocks directly above or below an image will float right next to it. You can use multiple options here. You can add a caption, and you have options to bold, italicize, or hyperlink it. You can link the image by clicking on the link icon in the toolbar and adding a URL. There are some options in the settings panel as well. This option near the bottom of the settings panel allows you to choose from one of four predefined image sizes, and you can also manually specify the width and height here. You can transform the image block into the following block: file, media and text, gallery and cover. If you transform it into a file, the image is not displayed anymore, but instead your visitors will be able to download the image. Transforming it into media and text will let you add an image block next to the image. You can transform into a gallery as well, which will let you add several images, and we can transform it into a cover block. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss the cover block of Gutenberg Editor. The cover block lets to a text cover over an image or a video. It's essentially a paragraph block over an image or a video block. You will be asked to choose an image or a video, and you can either upload it or pick one from the media library. Once you add an image, you can specify the text you want to be overlaid on this image. Since the cover block is made of a paragraph block over image block, you can customize both the text and image. For the next block, you can specify the font size, the background and foreground colors, enable drop cap, or include custom CSS classes, all from the options in the settings panel. You can convert the paragraph block into a list, a heading, or a code. You have option to align text within the paragraph. Let's now take a look at the media settings. As long as your cursor is within the paragraph block, you will be able to access only the paragraph settings. To access media settings for the image or video, you will need to click outside the paragraph block but within the image or the video. For image, you can either specify a fixed background or pick a focal point for the image. Minimum height in pixels can be specified here. Choosing an overlay color for the image can help make the text stand out by moving the slider to the left or right. The background opacity can be varied. You can add additional CSS classes in the advanced section. Let's now take a look at the toolbar options for images. You can transform a cover into image. You have options to align the cover block here. If you want to change the image or crop it, you will need to click on the edit media button. From the screen, you can pick a different image or video, or you can click edit image and then crop it. For videos used in the cover block, you do not have a lot many settings. You can specify the minimum height in pixels, specify an overlay color, and vary the background opacity. You can transform it to a video from the toolbar menu, align the cover block to the left, right, or center. You can fix the background or you can replace the background here. You can move the image left or right or top, and here you can align the image, different settings in the toolbar menu. You can replace the image as well. From these settings you can transform the image to the columns to the image, and if you want to replace, you can upload the image from the media library. So if we select this one, you can see the image is changed here. So these are the different options, and whatever you want to do with the image remains within the options. You can do that. Moving on to our next topic, which is the image gallery in Gutenberg Editor. You can create the image galleries with several images using the gallery block. You can either upload images or select images from the media library. You can select all of the images you want to include in the gallery and click the create a new gallery button. You will then be given an option to add captions. So let's see who is selected these images, and here we will click on the open the images, and images which we have selected is beginning to load. As you can see, the first one is loaded, now the second one and third one is in process. Depends on the size of the image as well. So if the image is a bigger size, then it will take time. So we will click on the create gallery, and here you can add the captions from in all the images if you want to, or more of the one or more of the selected images. So we will name this the nature 1, nature 2, nature 3, and so on. Nature 5, and finally the nature 6. Once you add the captions, you would need to click on insert gallery, and the gallery will be inserted in your document. A gallery can have anywhere from 1 to 6 columns, and you can specify the number of columns in the gallery setting options in the setting panel. If your images have a different aspect ratio, you will want to have this option crop images turned on. You can set the size of the images. In the advanced section, you can add the CSS classes. Here you can change the shape of the images as well. But if you are having a single column gallery and do not want any image to be cropped, then you could turn off the option. This option linked to allows you to link each image in the gallery either to the attachment page or to the original media file. So you can set up the gallery so that only small thumbnails are displayed, and your visitors can click on an image to see a bigger version of the image. Let's now look at the options in the toolbar menu. You can transform a gallery. Each image in the gallery will be placed in a separate image block. You can make text wrap around the gallery by aligning the gallery either to the left, right, or center. You can set the width to full and so on. So we will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to embed audio files into your posts or pages. You can embed audio files in your posts or pages using the audio block. You are given options to upload a file from your computer, add one from the media library, or insert from a URL. You can input details like artist, album, add a caption and a description. WordPress then displays HTML audio player that has controls to play, pause the audio, or turn the volume up or down. Here we have selected our audio and we will insert this. You can see that we have now the audio player in our post, and we can play or pause the audio, turn the volume up or down, download the audio, and includes a volume slider as well. The volume control will look different in different browsers. This is how it looks in Chrome. You can enter a caption for each audio file. You have options to bold, italicize, captions, create hyperlinks, and you can also embed inline image. The only settings for the audio block in the settings panel are autoplay, loop, or preload. If you set preload to auto, then a request will be made to the browser to download the entire audio file, regardless of whatever the visitor play the audio or not. Setting preload the metadata will request the browser to preload the metadata of the audio file, and setting it to none will not make any preload request. To insert custom CSS, you will need to use that one section in the settings panel. Let's now look at the toolbar options for the audio block. You can transform an audio block into the file block. This will mean the visitor will only be able to download the file and will not be able to play it inside. Aligning the audio block either to the left or to the right will make the surrounding content wrap around it. If you want to insert a different file and replace the one you have inserted, you can do that by clicking on the Edit Audio button and upload another file. Now, moving on to our next topic, we will see how to embed third party content from several sites. You can embed third party content from several websites using Embed block. There are several websites listed here. There is also a block to pull content from websites not listed here. There aren't any options in the settings panel for embeds apart from adding custom CSS classes. There are many toolbar options. You can transform an embed block into a group. You can align the block either to the left or to the right, make content above or below the block, wrap around it. The width of the block can be set to wide or full. For each embed block, you can include a caption at the bottom as well. Here, once you paste the YouTube URL here and click on the embed and then preview the page, you will see the relevant video is embedded in our post. Moving on to our next topic, we will see how to use shortcodes in your posts or pages. Shortcodes are little snippets of code that are enclosed within square brackets. They let you easily add videos, galleries, images, audio files, and other types of content to your WordPress website. The shortcode blog is in the widget section. The most common use of the shortcode is to add a contact form. Let's see how to add a contact form to your page or post using shortcodes. We will go to the plugin area and install the plugin contact form. which we have already installed the contact form summon plugin. We will go to the settings area and copy the given shortcode and go back to our post and paste our shortcode here. And once you have posted the shortcode, you will save the draft as well and preview the page in a separate tab. And you can see by moving down the page that the contact form is added into our post. Moving on to our next topic, now we will see how to include quotes in your posts or pages. The quotes block can be used if you want to include quotes in your page or post. It is used to highlight a quote and add a citation. There are two styles you can choose from. You can add custom CSS classes if you want to. Let's look at the option in the toolbar menu. You can transform a quote into a paragraph, heading, list, or a pull quote. You can align the text within a quote to the left, right, or center, but you cannot align the quote block to the left or right. To do that, you will need to use the pull quote block instead. You have options for bold, italics, hyperlinking, and strike through. Here you can add inline images, but there are not a lot of alignment options. There really aren't a lot of customization option as well for the quote block, but you can perform the settings whatever is available in this shortcode block. There you can see the different settings which you can choose from. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to use pull quote block in our posts or pages. If you are going to be using quotes on your pages or posts, you might want to use the pull quote block instead of quote. The pull quotes has more formatting options, so it looks better than a quote block. Pull quote has all of the option as the quote block. You can align the block either to the left or to the right. You can change the text color, you can change the background color, you can change the font, you can hyperlink, bold, or italicize text to the block. If you add an image and align the block to the right or left, it is possible the alignment may not come out quite right. In that case, you could try varying the width of the image and seeing if that will help with the alignment. This block should prove to be of particular interest to affiliate marketers. You can use the pull quote block to create an eye-catching call to action. You can hyperlink the image and any of the text you want, and you can adjust the image size and use the different options available. Moving on to our next topic, which is how to add pre-formatted block in posts or pages. You can use a pre-formatted block to add text to your page or post in a monospace font. If you want to display program code on your page or post, this would be a good choice. You can bold, italicize, or hyperlink text. You can add inline images if you want to. And there is this option to add custom CSS classes. You can convert a pre-formatted block to your paragraph block as well. Some people feel monospace fonts are easier to read than proportional fonts because each character occupies the same amount of horizontal space. That said, not everyone is a fan of monospace font. Our next topic is how to use custom HTML block in posts or pages. If you want to embed scripts and iframes into your pages, you would need to use the custom HTML block. Let's look at example. If you want to embed a YouTube video, you could either use the YouTube embed block or use a custom HTML block and insert the iframe embed code from YouTube. So we will copy the embed code of this particular video from here and copy this code and paste it right here. And now we will save this page and preview the draft in our new tab. Once the preview is available, you can see that the video is available. By clicking on this button, you can play the video. There are no options of any kind for the custom HTML block. Next topic is how to add separator block in post or pages. When you are changing topics on your page or post and want to visually divide your page or post into different thematic sections, you would want to use a separator block. A separator block adds a horizontal HR tag to your page for the separator. You can choose one of the three formats: default, white line or dots from the toolbar tab, or from the style section in the settings panel. You can choose a color for the separated line from the color setting section of the settings panel. And of course, you can add the custom CSS classes as well. Here are, as you can see, that the line is visible. Our next topic is how to use words block in your posts or pages. If you have a website about poetry or limericks, then you might want to use the verse block for displaying poetry. The verse block does not alter line breaks and use a monospace font. Everything is displayed as you enter them. Let's take a look at the toolbar options. You can transform a verse into a paragraph block. You can align the text to the left, center, or right. You have options for bold, italics, strike through, and creating hyperlinks. And you can also add the inline image as well and adjust the size of the image and other available options which looks better for your pages and posts. Moving on to our final discussion, building the website using WordPress. Today we will discuss how to create button in your post. If you want to create a button and link it to the URL, you would want to use the button block. The button block is in the layout element section. Once you add it, you will need to enter the display text and the URL to which you wish to link to. There are a couple of styles you can choose from: fill and outline. You can choose colors for the background and text from the color settings section of the settings panel. You can vary the border radius, making the button either rectangular or rounded. You can have the link open in a new tab as well. And if you want to add rel attributes to the link, like if you want to make the link no follow, then you can enter the attributes value here. Let's look at the toolbar options for the button. There are no transform options. You can only add a button to a group. There are alignment options. You can align the button to the left, center, or right, and you can add the inline image. Say if you want to add an icon or custom graphics next to the button, you can add that. Here you have a different option for bold, italicize, and here you can add the inline image if you want to. You can choose from media library or from your computer file. Here we have selected the image and uploaded it. We can now adjust the size of the image we wish to and apply different options. You can do that, and you have options for bold, italics, or strike through, and so on. Moving on to our next topic, which is how to use code block in your posts or pages. If you want to display code from any computer language or script on your page or post, you would want to use the code block. The code will be displayed in a monospace font. There are no formatting options of any kind for the code. You would want to note that this block is just to display code on your page or post. It will not be executed. If you want to embed HTML or CSS or run PHP code, then you would need to use custom HTML block and not the code block. You can add custom CSS classes to code block. You can transform the code block into a pre-formatted block if you wish to. Our next topic is how to use multiple fonts in your post or pages. Changing fonts in WordPress is not exactly easy. The fonts are available to you depends on the theme you are using. If you want to change the fonts a theme uses, you will either need to modify the code or use plugin. To add several points to pages, most users will need to use plugins as modifying the code is only for seasoned programmers. One such plugin that lets you add several fonts to pages and posts is Ultra Blocks. You would want to use the free version and it should be good enough unless you are a professional web designer. So we will install the plugin and activate it. Now we will go to the setting page and select all the fonts we wish to be available for our posts or pages when we create new pages and posts. And after selecting that, we will save changes. There now we will save changes. You will now be able to use several new blocks the plugin adds to your page. There you can see that the plugin adds a couple of new sections to add block menu, ultra blocks, common and ultra blocks layout, and there are various types of options or fonts available which we can use in our new posts or pages. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress. Today we will discuss how to use reusable blocks in your posts or pages. Reusable blocks are a welcome addition to WordPress. They enable you to do things you could not do earlier without using custom themes or page builders. If you want to use a paragraph, a cover image, or a pull quote, or just about anything else on several pages of your website, you can do it with reusable blocks. Let's say you want this cover image to appear on all of your pages and posts. Here is how you can do that. Once you create this cover image in one place, go to this drop down menu in the toolbar menu and click add to reusable block. You will then need to give this reusable block a name. Give it some easy to remember name. I will call this main cover image. To insert this block on another page or post, go to the edit screen of the page or post. Here we are on the page. So then we will click on the add block button and new block with the name of reusable is created, and there is your main cover image block which you have just created. Click on the down arrow here and the block you just created will be here. Select the block and it will be inserted at the location where you have specified, and you can adjust this block as per your choice. You can edit a reusable block and have the changes to reflect on all of the pages and posts the reusable block has been embedded on. To edit reusable block, go to any page or post with the block and select block by clicking on this reusable section and go to the manage reusable block. You will then be taken to the screen block and from where you can edit all of your reusable blocks. Choose the block you want to edit and then click on edit. You can now change anything you want about this block and save your changes. Let's say we change the name and write a new name. Once we update this page, and now this is the old page, you can see the name is still showing old. Once we reload this page, and you can see that this new, which we have changed name, has been updated in this page as well. This In this way you can implement any change in the reusable block, even you have embedded this on hundreds of pages and posts. You can also create templates using reusable blocks. Reusable blocks are essentially posts, so you can add any block you want and add to your post, and all of them will be added when you include the reusable block. Let's see how you can do this. Just as we would do while editing a reusable block, open a page or post with the reusable block in the edit mode. Select the block and click on the add new block button in the toolbar menu. Go to the reusable section and click on manage all reusable blocks. This will open the edit block screen. Now this is just another post. You can add whatever block you want to add, style them however you want to, and then save the changes. I have now added a few more blocks. This reusable block is now a template that I can use to quickly create pages and posts without having to start from scratch and add each block. This is the pull code block we have added. So just to show that the reusable block page itself is a complete post, so you can edit anywhere you want. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress. Today we will discuss how to use block manager in Gutenberg. By default, there are a lot of blocks visible when you click on the new block button in the toolbar. If you have to shift through so many blocks every time you need to add a block, it will hurt your productivity. To avoid distraction, you would want only the blocks you use a lot to be visible. You would want everything else to be hidden. To hide blocks you rarely or never use, you would want to click on this button next to the gear icon and go to the preference and then go to the block section. And if you scroll down below, you can see all the blocks which WordPress has are visible here. You can select or deselect any block you want up to your choice. So the blocks you want will be only visible to you, and the blocks you don't want will be hidden. So you would need to revisit the block manager and unhide the hidden blocks, whatever you want. Our next topic is how to embed Google Maps in your posts or pages. You most likely will need to embed Google Maps on your website, and doing it is very easy. We will see two ways in which we can do this. Let's suppose your site is about tourism or hotel management and you want to embed this map on your page. You would need to click on this button at the top left, click on share or embed map. You can choose the size of the map here, small, medium or large or custom size, and then copy HTML. Now go back to the page or post you want to embed the map on. Insert a custom HTML block where you want to map to be displayed. Paste the embed code and save changes. Here we will add custom HTML block and paste the code which we have copied. And once we save the changes and preview this page in a new tab, scroll down below, you will see that the map is visible here. Now, if we discuss the other way, second way is to use a plugin. You would need to install and activate the Embed Press plugin. We'll go to the Add New Plugin page and search for the Embed Press plugin. First, we will install this plugin. After installation of this plugin Embed Press, we will activate it. Once you have activated the plugin, it will create a section and will with the add new block menu. If here you will now search Google, you can see the different kind of services: Google Docs, Google Street, Maps and Board. Using this plugin, you just need to copy the URL of the map from the browser as address bar, and after inserting the Google map as per your desired location, suppose you want to be selected here and search for Google Maps. There you get the Google map. Just add it here and go to the screen, map screen, and copy the URL. Copy this URL and paste it here. And once you click the embed, there you can see the map is visible. These are the two ways, very easy ways, from which you can embed any map on your pages or post. Moving on to our next topic, now we will discuss what is the use of revisions in your posts or pages. Every time you make any change to your page or a post and update it, WordPress stores the previous version and the current version in a database. And if you need to restore a previous version, you can do that easily. This works the same way for both pages and posts. We are now in the edit screen and I will add a few paragraphs to this page and I will update it. Now I will now delete a couple of paragraphs. Here we have deleted a couple of paragraphs. Now I will add an inline image as well here. You can choose from the media library or whatever image you want. Just for the sake of example, we have selected this flower image. We can adjust the size. Just now after adding this image, we will update it. Now if we go to the now document panel, now you can see this new section in the document settings panel called revisions. This is telling us that there are two revisions. If you click on it, it will be taken to the revision screen. The username of the author who made a particular revision is displayed here. This should be very useful in case multiple authors can edit a page or a post. There is a slider here. you can see all of the different versions stored by WordPress by dragging the slider to the left or right. There are also two buttons here, previous and next. You can use them to navigate between different views. If you scroll down and look at these two revisions of the page, you can see the changes that were made. In this case, these two paragraphs were deleted and an image was added. To restore a previous version, just navigate to that particular version and click on this button, restore the revision, and you can see that the revision count is now 3, but our previous version has been restored. We will continue our discussion building the website using WordPress, and today we will discuss how to configure comments settings in posts or pages. We have already seen how to configure discussion settings. You would want all comments to be moderated. You would not want to automatically approve comments regardless of what you specified in their discussion settings. You can enable or disable comments for individual pages and posts. Each page or post has the section discussion in the document settings panel. Here you can enable or disable comments, allow pingbacks and trackbacks. In these settings will override those in the discussion settings screen. Let's now look at the comments menu item in the dashboard menu. The number here lets you know how many comments you have waiting for moderation. If you click on it, you will be taken to the comments screen. All of the comments awaiting moderation are listed here. At the very top, you can see the total number of comments, how many are pending approvals, the number of approved comments, the number of comments that have been marked as spam, and the number of comments that have been trashed, and so on. If you position your mouse cursor over a comments listed here, you can approve it, disapprove it, and reply to it, edit it, or mark as spam and send it to trash. If you approve a comment, it will appear on your page or post right away. The link to the page or post on which the comments was posted is right here. We can see the post by clicking on view post, and you can see the comments appearing now. And if you trash a comment, it will be removed from this list right away. Many a times some legitimate comments may have URLs in them that you would want to remove. Our next topic is how to configure anti-spam plugin. Xcmet is a good anti-spam plugin, but if you are using affiliate links on your pages, you will need to pay to use it. In case you do not want to use the paid version of Akismet, there is another plugin you could use instead of anti-spam Akismet, which is the default in the WordPress, that is anti-spam B. Let me install and activate the plugin. Now let's take a look at the settings screen. Now there are a couple of changes you might want to do to the default settings. You might want to enable this one, allow comments only in certain language. If your website is in English, you would want to allow only comments written in English. So you would want to enable this option. Delete existing spam after say maybe 5 days. This will reduce your workload and you will not have to manually delete all of the spam every day. And you would want to enable a display of statistics, and that's it. The plugin will start working and will block the majority of spam comments once you save these changes. Moving on to our next topic, which is how to create hyperlinks in your posts or pages. To add links to your page or post, you need to open the page or post in the edit mode, then select the text you want to hyperlink and click on the link button in the toolbar menu. Now, if you want to link to another page or post within your website, you would want to type the first few letters of the name of the page or post, and you will see a list of all pages and posts that contains the string you entered in the name. You will need to choose the one you want to link to and click the apply button, and the link will be created. To link to an external page that's on another website, select the text and click on the link button. Now enter the URL of the page you want to link to. You would want to include the protocol HTTP or HTTPS and click display, and the link will be created. To remove a hyperlink, select the link text and click on this unlink button, and the hyperlink will be removed. And once you update the post, there you can post the URL you want to link to, and once you select the text, create the link and paste the pages, and just click on it, and there is your hyperlink is created. Moving on to our next topic, how to create intra-page links in your post or pages. You can also link to headings within your document. For instance, if you want to link to this heading from elsewhere in the document, this is how you would do it. You would click within this heading block and open the advanced section in the block setting panel. Then you would specify the HTML anchor for this heading. This is just a name you can use to link to this heading from anywhere within this document. Next, select the text or image from where you want to link to the heading and click on the link button. Enter the name of the HTML anchor you just created, preceded by the hash sign. Click on the apply button and update the page or post. If we preview, there we are writing the heading and preceding the hash sign, and if you click on this, once we click on it, there you can see the link is created. Now if we preview this and go to that particular site, and once we click on this, you can see the page scroll until the heading is at the top of the page. Thanks for watching, and keep supporting and keep watching my channel for more informational videos.